I'm gonna share with you how I made this and then how you can too. I just made it with Dollar Tree, Target, and some things that I had at home. So let's get into this. DIY, very simple aesthetic. I'm not super girly, as you can see. So I actually never was a prayer board or a vision board person. I'm a much more internal. I go inward and pray and process with God, a contemplative prayer, all those things. I was really thinking about how a rule of life, which is something that I've been creating for a really long time. I actually encouraged some of the people in my course to create a rule of life and then to print it out and put it on your wall so you don't forget and then you can remember. And I thought, well, I could do that with my prayers too. Oh, that's why they make prayer boards. I am just now coming on board with a prayer board. Again, I've always wanted to go internal with my prayers, and I do that, but this helps me remember, especially the things that I don't always call to mind when I'm praying. So this can give me a visual that I can start with my day, especially because this is in my office. But also, if you want a rule of life course, I have a free one down below for 5 days. It's really extensive. It goes through how to create a rule of life, which is rhythms and practices to help you nurture your relationship with God. So grab that before you forget, before we get on into this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Comment down below tips that you have. Would love to share it with the community of those who need this video. Okay, let's go.
Headed over to the Dollar Tree to see what they have, and they had these pins. They also had these really cool notepads. I grabbed a couple different things just to try it out. These envelopes, some people like to put them on their board to put prayers into. I didn't end up going with that, but you do what you want. There's tons of stickers. I chose these stars, and of course there's tons of little extra things that you can use. Went to Dollar Tree, got everything that I needed, I think, except the actual board. So now I'm here at Target to see if we can find something. Oh, and I look a little rough and ready. I just left the gym, but you know, we're making it work. At Target, I found this cork board, which was only $10. Obviously, it grabbed some markers, so I didn't have any. I didn't know why. There's tons of different Post-its. I probably grabbed too many, but I just wanted to play around with it to see. And then, of course, they have other push pins as well. Well, now that we have all of our supplies, we're going to put this together. The first thing you want to do is lay out all of your supplies to see what is going to go where. I tried to do it a couple different ways, and then I could actually see how it would look, because you need to see it kind of in action to know what you're doing. And then I would obviously write all my titles on the tags before I would commit to them, because I have commitment issues. I didn't want to have to waste some of the product that I bought, so I used Post-it notes instead. But lay it out however you see fit. As you can see, I am horrible at cutting things, but that's okay. We have extra, so we can fix that. Obviously, I used some paint pens that I also had at home. You can probably get these at a craft store or Target. And then I just wrote down all the topics that I think I wanted to have on my prayer board. You can change these out. And then I placed them around and taped them again, because I have commitment issues. I sometimes like to see things all together before I make a commitment of like, oh yeah, does this work? Does it not work? So do it however you want. Something I'd recommend would be to take a measuring tape or even just like a dowel or something at the top so that you can line up your top theme or whatever phrase you want to have up there. If you have this printed on cardstock, it's not a big deal, but because I chose little metal letters, I needed to line this up because it would look crooked if I did it myself. I ended up gluing these with a hot glue gun because paste and tape was not working. So you're gonna have to do this fast. If you have a glue gun, again, you can get this at Target or craft store, super cheap. And then I decided to add some of these stars to it, but because these are taped on, I could potentially take them off if I don't like them or I want to change them for the themes. I'm actually going to use a little bit of lei from my honeymoon in Hawaii, and I'm going to use tape because I told you I have commitment issues. Okay, I absolutely lied. The tape did not work. It fell off. The tape was just laughing at me. So I had to use a glue gun for this, but because this board was only $10, I can definitely change it if I want to. You might have to get some of the strings from the glue gun, which I had to here. And then I decided to write a central verse. Some people like to write a ton of different prayers for maybe each section, but I think sometimes words can be so overwhelming that it takes from my own prayer life. And so I wanted to have one central verse that I wrote that is going to center me in this prayer season that I find myself. So again, do whatever works for you. Here's the final result. I love how it came out. If you want to make prayer a continual habit that helps you nurture your relationship with God, then creating a rule of life is one of the best ways to do that. Grab my free course below and let's get started.